So we are jumping straight into the match here, and hopefully we're going to see some level 1 fights. We've seen CLG pretty much bringing it every single time. Will they do it this time? Let's give you a quick rundown just to refresh your minds. For CLG, it's going to be Hotshot on Jax, Saint Vicious on Nocturne, Salz is going to be on Brand, the new AP man for them for this tournament. Elements is on Soraka and Big Fat GG. I will keep calling him Big Fat GG, as he's forever known as that, despite the fact it means something very rude in a different language. He's going to be on Caitlyn. Slayer is on Amumu. Linak is on Zillion, so I'm really interested to see how that one's going to work out. He's got teleport, so I'm guessing he's going to be the top. Kuja on Alistair. Tidus is going to be down the bottom as well, with Alistair on Cogmore, and again Anivia is going to be Soaz. So Soaz going to be possibly taking the mid run here. He's normally the top player, but you know the teleport kind of tells me that Linak may be there, although we're seeing them peel off. Yeah, there you go. So they, this is something new straight away. Soaz, I think, played mid yesterday. Not yesterday, on the too many days of gaming against Team Solo mid. I'm sure Soaz was mid.
Could be. I'm not entirely sure. So let's just try this for anyone who is not an expert at League of Legends. What they should be looking for: the Cillian dude in top lane has an amazing ultimate that will revive someone. So if in a fight you suddenly see these white clouds come out of a champion and he comes back from the dead, that was Cillian. And at the same time, the reason that the bird in middle is so important is the walls. Once we're going to hit level 6 or 7, we're going to see these walls, and they don't do anything except for stopping enemies from walking through them, and that is actually a pretty big deal. If you can split up a team in a team fight, that can win you the fight right there. And people always say, yeah, Tryndamere is so OP because he does so much damage, but it actually turns out champions tend to be OP because of the utility they bring to the table, not just because of pure damage numbers.
Yeah, you can see Hotshot just waiting to pounce onto Linak there. He's waiting to just queue up that. As soon as he hits level 2, I think you're going to see a pounce straight on. You can see Linak very low. He's only got 451 hit points, so it'll only take a good power up and a jump on his head, and it'll probably take half his hit points off because he's gone that boots and potions, which is kind of what we expected to see. He needs that maneuverability, and he's put the bomb straight onto Hotshot's head. Hotshot's going to be able to take that, no problem. Looks like he's actually stacked quite a lot of health runes there. I'm not too sure. He seems to be starting with quite a lot of health, considering he's only got the boots and pots there.
52 magic resist once again, so he knew he was going to lane against an AP, and he knew he was going to lane against Cillian actually, so he is going to be very, very safe from Cillian there.
Yeah, which is exactly what we saw yesterday. I'm going to be interested to see how they handle him, because you know they left Jax farming for so long as well. It was Frag Executors they played when he played Jax, and he was pretty much farming on the top lane for say 20 minutes. I think I just saw a flash down there being used. You can see Salz just dodging the stun there, trying to get on towards Soaz. Soaz just missing the stun. Let's have a quick look down the bottom. You can see Big Fat GG pushing the pace onto Tidus. Tidus, the new AP carrier coming into this one, obviously taking over the mantle of Yellow Star, who unfortunately is on holiday. I mean, that's really bad timing when you qualify for a big event like this.
Pretty bad timing. Don't think any flashes have been used. We can actually see them in the new spectator interface, and they're all up at the moment, but I heard the sound as well, so the game is trolling us now, Tuli. That's what's happening. Good damage there on Tidus from Big Fat LP, and obviously Soraka is going to have a lot more healing than Alistair, so Tidus cannot take this amount of harassment. He needs to be very, very safe. Soaz landing a good hit on Salzy there in mid lane. Salzy down to a third of his health now. Obviously what Soaz is trying to go for is he's trying to land the Q stun, which will then make his E, that little spike you see, do even more damage. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm actually trying to, remind people a little bit of the abilities. I'm going to stop doing that once the game really gets underway, but while we have the time, might as well.
Indeed, and we can see Linak has actually been back and bought already, so he's come straight back with a mana crystal and a ward, which I guess he's going to push straight, and it comes straight in, puts that bomb straight to Hotshot's head. I guess he needs the damage to try and keep it up there, and you can say he needs the mana. Immediately gets jumped on, and like I said, look, took straight away half his health and disappeared in one simple charge up and jumping straight on the head. Going to be able to build it up nicely. Let's have a quick look around mid. You see Amumu actually making his move around Slayer there. Salz has him covered there. I think he just spotted him, yeah. See, there is a ward there that Slayer has just placed, so they've got good coverage of Nocturne. And Nocturne has been back and bought, so they've got nothing to worry about. Tidus, meanwhile, down the bottom is very low on health on him. And the top.
Top lane, Linak just took another wonderful hit there from Hotshot, and that is not looking good for Cillian, actually. I would give this lane definitely to Hotshot right now at this point. And yeah, he he needs to go home. He did use all his potions, as you just pointed out, Jax did, but still, the damage is down on Linak, who has now 1 potion left, I believe. Yeah, just 1 potion left. And Amumu unfortunately waiting in the wings here, and Jax went home. So Schleier was very aggressive there. He was invading the enemy forest behind Dragon earlier, thinking about going bot, but must have been spotted by a CV because there was a ping on him, even though there was no ward around. So Caitlyn and Soraka knew he was coming and played very safely.
Meanwhile, we've seen Sol's getting a lot of damage put on him there. You can see Soaz has just hit his ulti. So he's using that. He's going practically ahead of Sol's there, so he's probably got a bit of a more experienced runes. Don't think he's particularly got anything extra up his sleeve. Let's have a look towards the top. You can see Linak will be trying to pull the CS back while the Hotshot went back to farm, which is exactly what he's done. He's dragged it straight back to pretty much even. Clairvoyant's being used to check on red there by CLG. Unfortunately, they have already taken that. You can see that Schleier is just lingering again on that top lane, but he's going to back away and continue farming. So really we're at a fairly stagnated farming stage. It's what happens sometimes when there's not a really early first blood. Sometimes you get some absolute crazy matches. Sometimes they're very cautious. This is a best of 3. It's the first game on stage. Yeah. They need to play it very carefully.
Bottom lane is going to CLG though. The farm advantage is just massive right now for Caitlyn. 48. Well, it was massive a moment ago.
He went back to buy early. That was
yes, why. That's why he just. But the last time I checked was something like 47 to 30. But oh, Titus doing a very good job catching up. I'm not sure if I want to call him Titus or Titus. I'm going to go for Titus because the other thing sounds like a bad word. Schleier now in the top position. He's coming in with a bandage toss. There's the bomb on Hotshot as well, but just not enough damage. Hotshot uses his ultimate and the bomb hardly does any damage at all. That's just very unfortunate there. And I think Hotshot can win this lane very, very handily.
Yeah, he's definitely putting the pressure on though. And Linux now making a move. Looks like he may be going down towards mid. So, you know, you've got to be careful. He's just going to ward up the blue. Okay. You've got to be careful that you can't let Hotshot just carry on farming, because that's exactly what he'll do. Yeah. We've seen him do it with Nidalee. We've seen him do it with Jax. He just sits in that lane. In fact, he did it with Cho'Gath as well. He'll just sit in that lane and get farmed so much that he will be able to 1v5 you.
Yeah, pretty much. Or he will just be able to just run in and not die, or die after you used all your damage output on him, as he did on Cho'Gath.
My fear is later on when Hotshot gets built up that he's either going to jump on Linak or he's going to jump on Cosmo. Meanwhile, Linak is going to get same vicious coming in. I don't think Hotshot was quite ready for that one. Will he be able to pounce on him? Now he's used his ulti though, so that's triggered the ulti already, and he's going to go back and buy. And meanwhile, that's actually going to put a lot of pressure on their turret. You can see that St. Vicious is sticking around with Hotshot. Will they push for the tower? And Linak has sort of like realized that, hold on a minute, I need to kind of deal with this, otherwise I'm going to lose the tower. I think Hotshot is going to go back and buy, so that's continually putting pressure on him and keeping Linak now 11 CS behind, so he's going to have to go back and buy. And I guess Hotshot's going to come up with something quite nice. He's actually gone double Doran's Blade.
Yeah. Very safe opening. Soaz was gifted the blue buff in mid lane right now by their jungler. That means Brand is not going to have any fun in mid lane, and it's 67 to 42 the CS in mid lane already. That means Soaz way ahead of Brand, and that was probably mostly down to a couple of really good hits that he landed early. Soaz started with a Catalyst, so that tells me he's going to go for a Rod of Ages very early, which just makes sense. You need that large mana pool on Olivia to stay in a fight for a long time, stay with your ulti up as well. Lots of pings going down around the tri-bush in bot lane. Not quite sure what's going to happen there right now. Titus is level 6 now as well, so he can put a little bit more of a harassment on Big Fat GG, but nothing seems to be happening. Top lane, meanwhile, Hotshot GG is a huge threat, especially when he has that little Counter-Strike shield up. I think that's what it's called. He can stun somebody around him with that, and that's exactly what he's looking for. He needs to be attacked by a minion, get the dodge, and then jump in on Cillian, get a stun and a couple of hits off.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we said, like, when it comes to team fights, Cockmore cannot focus on Jax, because it would just trigger that Counter-Strike so often, and if he jumps into a pack and does that Counter-Strike, it's effectively a Mumu jumping in there, really. He's just popping his ulti, he's going to get a stun on everyone that's around him. It's really quite a big radius as well that he does for, and you can see he's just building up. That's when the Counter-Strike is on. He can just walk in and go bong, stun a lot. That's also continuing to do the damage. And there you go. Looks like Sols is going to be picking up the blue just behind what Soaz has done. Soaz, meanwhile, is going to try and continue to put a bit of pressure. Oh, and a cheeky wall there just to keep him out, saying, no, I will have a few basic attacks on your tower and you'll like it. So, meanwhile, it looks like St. Vicious is going to try and close the gap on him, not going to bother using the ulti. Remember, he has got the egg. I don't think he's seen it pop there. Actually, just dodging around that stun as well. That stun didn't land. Let's have a quick look up top there. You can see Jackson dive in, put more damage on towards Linak. Linak doesn't seem that phased by it, though. He seems to be handling it quite well there. Got that catalyst that you said early on, and you can see that the damage from Hotshot is not quite there yet because he hasn't gone for the blasting ward early on, so he's not building for the Ginsus or the Hex tech, which sometimes they will go for. Now, Millenium look like they're stacking up, to me, for Dragon here.
It looks like it. Linak also with the catalyst, that means he's going to heal back between levels. They are actually in opening on Dragon, and I don't think that CLG have any vision at all. No, CLG have no idea this is going on. Now they just have vision. Now they got vision with a clairvoyance, and let's see how they're going to deal with this. No, they're not going to go there at all. Oh, they're going to try to steal it, but Big Fat LP just barely missing the steal. That would have been a really good steal. This is exactly what Millenium needed right now. They're finally ahead in gold again, but at the same time, Hotshot's doing good damage to top tower. No, there is the teleport from Cillian, and he's going to be keeping Hotshot off the tower. Very interesting build on Kog'Maw as well. He went straight for the BF sword, and I believe he's going to build an Infi Edge. I think I've seen this build before. You'd normally build the Madrid's Blood Razor on, even on Kog'Maw. That's the American build for sure, but the European build seems to be Infi Edge no matter what.
Yeah, and we saw Madrid's on Big Fat GG just yesterday. In fact, like you say, it's only the American build. So at the moment, the farm is actually not too bad at the top here. And he fell behind for that while when he had to go back. Yeah, I guess he's going to catch up because you can see that Jax is going back once again. Hotshot GG on 90 CS. You can see 100 CS now on Caitlyn down the bottom there. Kog'Maw on 91, so he fell out a little bit behind. That's when he went back to buy very early on. Meanwhile, you can see in mid, 76 to 98. So the advantage with Linak there. Soaz, sorry, should I say, on Anivia. But you kind of expect that because once Soaz hits 6, if he's got blue buff, he can farm incredibly well. And again, we're seeing Schleier going up the top there. Jax is already gone. Oh, down the bottom. Meanwhile, you can see down the bottom there, they're going to go straight for his Kuja. Actually, they're going to pop the ulti. He did get the fear trigger, but he's not going to have enough to finish him off because once that ulti goes on the cow, he becomes unstoppable. And they knew that. That's why they backed out of it. But again, another ulti's used left and right. But Schleier, again, wasting time going up and down this river. He's not being able to capture anything. However, we've got Soaz making a move here, Daniel.
Soaz is probably just checking to see if he can catch Nocturne, but Nocturne took a very safe path back. So Soaz will have to go back to his lane and go back to farming right now. Nothing happened yet. No first blood. We're 13 minutes into the game right now. It's a very, very cautious game. Millenium with a very slight gold advantage, I believe, mostly due to that dragon. Now Cillian is near mid lane, but I can't see what he could possibly do here. Jax going into top lane, trying to put some damage on Amumu, but Amumu is safe, and Jax is just going to go back to farming. Cillian's going back top as well, losing some time. A bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Mid lane, it looks like Soaz is actually taking a good amount of damage from Brand now, who has built 2 Doran's rings, so he has less AP than the Bird, because the Bird went straight for the blasting one. I don't even know how the Bird can hold a wand. He doesn't have any hands or posable thumbs. In his beak. I know I have that picture in my mind.
They need to worry about Hotshot. I've got to be honest, they've not been successful in any ganking opportunities. That bomb goes on him. I don't think it's going to do anything. He's going to walk away. Yeah, it's really it's not even touching the sides. It has to be said. So he's just, you know, and he's farming quite happily. He's getting free farm. He's now up to 101. He's keeping up with bottom lane CS, which is, you know, the AD range guys. So his CS is starting to go a little bit too crazy. I'm kind of fearing for them. They're going to try and do another gang. I don't think they've even got enough damage between them. I've got to be honest. You can see Schleier moving in there. Schleier is going to pop his ulti though. That's a little too early. And again, not much damage going down. Does get the rewind down on him. He has already used the bandage dots though, so he's not going to have anything to stun him. So he's just going to walk away. Counter-strike now triggered. He's going to walk into those mobs and just counter-strike the lot and say, thanks very much, I'll continue farming.
It doesn't even look like he was phased by this. He didn't even care. He's like, yeah, sure, okay, I guess I have to step 2 steps back and go back to farming. One thing that I'm noticing right now about the build, though, is Demon, can you point out the dedicated tank on Team CLG?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I said earlier. Yeah, I was a little bit worried, but I can see... Ooh, Wriggle's already on too. Oh, okay, so I'm just having a look at what St. Vicious is building. Yeah, there is, I mean, there's not really a dedicated tank unless Jax is going to go that way, which I don't think so.
Yeah.
But we kind of mentioned this at the start, that, you know, I was a little worried about the tankiness. However, it's the same reversal for Millenium. I'm a little bit worried about the damage because Amumu and Alistair are not going to point anything out, so it's heavily reliant on Tidus or Linac. Well, Jax can take one of them out of the picture pretty much straight away, as well as Nocturne diving in. I'm not too sure how this one's going to roll out between either teams, really. They have to deal with Hotshot at the top. That's the problem, I think, so far.
Yeah, and the ganks that we've seen, like you said, you can only gank if you have enough damage to actually kill the guy. And look at that. Did he go back? No, he didn't go back. He just healed back from hitting people. Wow. That is, yeah, that is a completely unstoppable farm shot GG.
And he's jumping straight on him again. You can see the damage he's putting down on him. Oh, he's going to go rewind, put another bomb down. Again, he's not really phased, but he just continues farming. It's just like, yeah, whatever, carry on. And I'm just going to jump straight on. He gets a counter strike as well. He's not going to dive. It hasn't got enough. Remember, Linac could obviously just ulti up and heal himself. It's one of those things you see in solo lane. Dragon is, it's not up yet. I believe they're starting to posture up for it, though. You see the wards all starting to go down, the trap being put down as well.
Ooh, it looks like they're just wanting to, push bottom lane, and with those walls, they can actually do a good amount of damage. Brand now coming down. Probably not going to be there in time. At the same time, though, Jax is doing a lot of damage to top tower. Let's see if Millenium can take this bot tower. There is St. Vicious now on Nocturne. They're doing a lot of damage to that tower. Wow, that I did not expect that would work this well. But you know what? Jax takes the top tower in the same time.
Yeah,
and that means that they just missed out on a lot of experience because they were with 4 people in the lane. And Hotshot just says, you know what? I'll keep farming. I'll keep farming. I'll keep taking your towers. And I'm just happy doing that.
He is a farming monster, it has to be said. Alistair's just been caught with the clairvoyance, so he's just going to back away from that because he's still there. And Linac, meanwhile, is pushing heavily on this mid tower. It's pretty low. If the rest of the team can get round in time, they know that the Dragon is due as well. So they're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place here. I think Linac's going to be able to finish this off and take the mid tower, which is a massively important tower. It loses so much vision if you lose that one. It will go down, and Millenium will pick up the second tower there, managing to catch on Solstice and the 5-man just in time for Dragon to respawn and go back round.
At the same time, top lane, Jax already has the inner turret down to like a 1/5 of its health. And oh, there's a Nocturne ultimate going down on Alistair, but that was not a good idea. St. Vicious going too far ahead. There is the Almumu ultimate. Is this going to be first blood finally? St. Vicious, yes, first blood for Kuja, not who you want first blood on. But Salty also falling. Not sure what St. Vicious was thinking here at all. There was no call going in there. And at the same time, Jax is taking red. Guess what? Farm shot GG is farming some more.
So it looks like they're going to take the Dragon. Schleyen needs to be a little bit careful. He's pretty low on health. I think they're going to take that quite easily, though. Yeah, and you say Hotshot, he's actually taken, wow, he's taken a good 2,000 hit points off that top turret. However, it is currently Millenium in the lead. They are in the lead of gold, 2k ahead now, and they've got the first 2 kills of the game, which are important. Who did it go to? That's the question. One of them went to the cow. That's not so good.
That's not so good, but you know what?
Infinity Edge, there you go.
Infinity Edge, there you go. That's what I was expecting, and it's going to be the same on Caitlyn, but he's going to be somewhat ahead of Caitlyn with 1 assist and 1 kill. And what is he building next? He's going to build a seal next. So it's going to be the absolute standard AD build lead. It's the AD build that everyone builds, Infinity Edge into Phantom Dancer.
Yeah, we're seeing the Cutlass come out on Hotshot as well. This is exactly what he did the other day. Going to get to go build up to the Hextech Gunblade, I guess, in the end. So, back to farming, I guess. And, well, nobody farms better than the man going top at the moment. See, he doesn't actually have any wards on him, though, which he does have. No, he doesn't have anything with him. He's just going to jump straight for Lina there. You can see him powering up. I think he's just forcing him out of lane and going, oh, okay, I'll continue farming. Meanwhile, you can see the rest of the team are coming closing around the corner. I don't think Soaz is going to be able to get the stun down on time. Needs to put a nice wall down. Wasn't quite the place they wanted it. No. And he's going to walk away from that. However, the rest of the team are here. So Hotshot needs to back away from this one or he's going to lose the tower. I don't think he's going to be able to hold them off. Meanwhile, you can see that CLG pushing in towards mid and down the bottom. You can see Nocturne on the bottom tower. So they're going to take the top tower, but it's going to be in trade-off for 2 towers. We may even get a base race going on here. You can see them going to continue on pushing down towards the mid turret. Meanwhile, the bottom turret has gone, the mid turret has gone, but Millenium are continuing on to push straight down for this inner turret. Daniel, this is insane.
What is happening here? Very, very good teamwork, and the Hotshot is now in the middle of a lot of trouble. I think he must go down. Yes, he goes down right there, and that's going to be a tower as well, but
it's a base race.
The inner mid turret, no, it's not a base race. They are going home. They know they cannot win this base race. And oh, is Caitlyn actually staying? Wow, I thought I saw a blue pill there. Caitlyn is staying, and so is St. Vicious. I think they can take an inhib and go home and defend their inhib before CLG can be there.
They're backing out now, CLG.
Yeah, and so that means Millenium actually getting the better half of this space trade. Oh, wow, good ultimate there, but then whiffing on minions. Soaz needs to be careful, he's very, very low right now. He could egg, if he eggs, he's definitely dead. Oh, this is scary. Linux staying behind a little bit just to tank some of the damage. And now they're probably going to get out of there. Yes, they are going to get out of there. So you can revive someone, but that means that...
Nocturne is in the base. You can see he's actually on the tower in the base. They're trying to trade off. They're trying to continue chasing. I don't think they're going to be able to capture anyone. You can see they're just going to get away with that. Meanwhile, it looks like St. Vicious is going to have another stack. Will he have another go at it? No, he's going to back out.
He's leaving.
So, wow. Pretty fast-paced action there, and that's all just led straight away. And now you can see that inhibitor, it will regenerate health ever so slowly, but again, crazy stuff. So almost a base race there. What, 3 towers being traded between both teams?
One,
this is immediately
two,
picked
three,
up, and still
4.
2k difference between the teams. It is pretty even. However, the 3 kills have gone towards Millenium so far, and the one and only dragon, 2 dragons, sorry, have gone to Millenium.
And what we have to point out here is that we are actually equal on tower kills right now. We are 5 to 5. Millenium is more than 1k gold ahead right now, so that's pretty good for them. And I think this is a completely new way actually of playing the mid game that I have not seen before, but Millenium forces CLG's hand a lot. Normally they did exactly the right thing, you know, if they all group at 1 tower, we just take 2 towers, but there's so much threat that they can put up against the inhib. And what is Jax doing? He's completely out of position, man. Okay, he's blue pilling now.
He's gone inside.
Yeah, he's gone. Oh, but there's a ping on Baron, and they could do Baron very, very quickly indeed right now, especially with Amumu's despair on Baron. And let me see ward coverage. CLG is blind, completely blind on the Baron side, so they have no idea what's going on, but they are setting up toward Baron to at least have a go at stopping the enemy there. And CLG, I have to say, not a single kill so far.
That's what I wanted. That's the one I was after. See what CLG could find. It's easy for you to do. I'm flicking through left, right, and center. So, there we go. That's the one we wanted. So we're getting the full reveal. We don't want the full reveal. We want to see exactly what they can see. So you can see the ward placement is actually pretty good for Millenium at the moment. They've got a pretty strange dotted pattern going on in mid there. In fact, they've got a double ward there.
Yeah, double ward in the sky.
Yeah, you never know when you need 2 wards.
No, I don't think it's a double ward. Is that not a trap?
No, it's a double ward. It's definitely a double ward.
Oh yeah, there, yes. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's for stereo vision.
When you need more. Let's have a quick look at the build. You can see Hextech Gunblade now is almost complete for Hotshot. He's got the revolver on there. He's already got the cutlass. So you can see Rod of Ages has been completed on both Zillion and Anivia for quite a while now, actually, has to be said. Blasting ward now on. So Rabadon's death cap. Oh, they're going to jump straight onto Soaz, and I think he's going to go down here. I don't think he's going to be able to get a nice wall that's going to stop it, but I don't think he's going to prevent any death. That egg is going to go down. You see Zillion teleporting in, will not get there in time. And wow, Soaz just completely caught out of position there. Titus puts a nice slow across St. Vicious. Will he manage to get the stun down? No.
Where did they catch Linux? They killed Linux somewhere as well. Zillion,
yeah,
also
Linux was in Soaz, sorry, was in, Linux ported in.
Oh, so they
destroyed.
killed him before he even ported them. Wow, yes. I didn't even see that. And that is definitely going to be an inhib. That was very good play from CLG and very silly play from Soaz to be so out of position. Good play, and that's
caught. You can see CLG switching across towards bottom tower. Bottom tower has gone down. Cockmore very low now. The ulti going down from Slayer, and Cockmore has gone down. This is exactly what we expected. They can just leap on him and destroy him. That's going to be actually 2 inhibitors, I think they're going to take here. How are the spawn times? You can see that actually they're both up. Soaz is up now. Soaz is going to come in. Ulti coming out from Kuja. Soaz is continuing to put damage on St. Vicious. I think he may buy them time. Will he? No, because Soaz, remember, doesn't have the egg. Will he get taken down? He's going to have to dash away. He's got the dot on him, and Slayer's going to have to give this one up. The inhibitor goes down.
Wow.
CLG have just turned this round in a matter of
seconds.
60 seconds. You know, Millenium were looking in control. They had a great little base swap. They're going to jump straight in. They are going to take the second tower down and almost the second inhibitor. I'm not sure they're going to get the second inhibitor. The rest of Millenium have respawned in time, but there's not enough ultis. They get the stun on Hotshot. Hotshot being taken low again. Just regens up. St. Vicious has been slowed there. He's actually going to turn around and dive. Okay. And that's just buying himself the time for the rest of his team to get out of there. And wow, what a turnaround. Incredible. There's a big stack up top that actually may be possible to take down this turret before they can get there. I think they're going to continue chasing. I think that inner turret is going to go. It is. Gone. Wow, that's 3 towers and an inhibitor, all from one single gank in mid.
Whew, Soas must be feeling the heat right now. I hope that they're being kind to him. Oh, he could actually catch the rocket there. Oh, McLaren walls it off. Well done there. That was really, really crazy. I don't understand why Kuja went back into the inhib, because Jax was just, I'm just going to stick around until your ult is down, and I'm going to jump you and kill you in 2 seconds. And right now, CLG just have the crazy, crazy damage. And what Millenium need to do is they need to keep that battle formation. It's so important for them. The front line of Amumu and Alistar, and have everything behind that. If that battle formation is ever broken by a gank like it just was, they are picking up a dragon, that's good. If that battle formation is ever broken, we see what happens. CLG just jumps in, picks targets and kills them.
Yeah, and that was all about Hotshot just getting in there, just saw his opportunity. And I think he walked up to the minion just to get that counter strike first, so he jumped in there, got the counter strike, and there's no way Anivia was going to get away with that. I think a flash was actually used by Caitlyn to make sure he got in the range to get the ulti off as well, which is obviously what worked it. So they're going to push straight in. There's no reason why not to go straight up. They've got super minions pushing in from the right-hand side, a stack of which St. Vicious is going to keep pushing along at the moment. You can see him just driving it forward. They're going to pick up the red buff, so as we said yesterday, once the opposition team starts invading your jungle, you know you're up in trouble.
Yep.
And they're going to continue to push on towards this inhibitor. The question is, will they bother with Baron? A lot of people get Baron blind, as it were, like we said yesterday. To be honest, I don't think they need it.
No, they can just push in right now and take a fight. The only problem is if Amumu goes in and holds them in place with the ultimate for long enough for Kog'Maw to blow them up, then it could be trouble. Oh, look at that damage from Kuja on Kuja there. And oh, he has to pop his ulti. Why? He was safe there in the end. Oh no, the same time CLG finds Soas. Oh, Soas with the second mistake of the game. Opens himself up to Jax, and that is a dead bird, and that means that's definitely going to be one more inhib, if not 2 inhibs, if not game. Demon, how did this happen so quickly? Yeah,
exactly. And Millenium are going to be asking themselves that same question, so it looks like it's inevitable that first game will go to Counter Logic Gaming. The American team, they're actually going to back away from that one, despite the fact they've got that dead bird lying there. Now they're going to switch it up to the top turret. You know, they could do what the hell they like at the moment, really. They could go towards Baron, they could whatever they want, but, you know, Millenium are going to be looking at this. They actually were in a reasonable position. They'd had a really good base push. They managed to get the first base turret down, and then it's just snowballed in 2-3 minutes. They were 2,000 gold ahead. Now they're 2,000 behind. They've got all the kills. Now they're behind in kills. They're behind in towers. They're behind in inhibitors. They're just going to be sort of scratching their heads, thinking, how did this go wrong?
How did it all go wrong so very, very quickly? And I hope that the captain is going to step up to Kuja after this game and just say, dude, don't worry, it happens. Just focus on the next game. And I know that Kuja is a very, very good captain like that. He knows how to motivate and inspire his team. And the whole time, St. Vicious was in the base here helping the minions push forward. But now he's going to be stopped by Soas and he's going to leave. And that could be a free dragon if they wanted. They could do pretty much whatever they wanted to. At this point, it doesn't even matter. A cloak and dagger actually built on Caitlyn. I like that for the tenacity. And yeah, they just gonna, with Jax, you pick up Baron so very quickly. I don't think that Soas can steal that Baron. If he could, he would definitely redeem himself, but he needs to be careful because there is the jump onto him. And that is not a redeem. That is another mistake. That's so unfortunate. Oh, says Anivia too.
It says it all, really, doesn't it? And yeah, you can't get that close. I mean, the point was Hotshot was just sat ready waiting.
He was waiting for it. He was like, yeah, come here.
Yeah, to me.
He was actually staying outside of leap strike range, which was good. But you know what? Hotshot had a flash, and why not? He just flashed and then leap strike. Yeah. Leap struck, I guess. Yeah, that's going to be another inhib. I don't think there's anything Millenium can do to come back into this one. This was just brutal decimation here. 0-3-4 right now on Anivia. That must not feel good.
And I hate to say it, but again, we're seeing another match where a team is winning without a tank.
Yeah. Well, I don't hate that, actually. I kind of like that because those make for much more interesting games. You know, it's all aggression all the time.
Yeah, so you guys watching at home and you sat queuing for solo mid going, oh my god, we've got no tank, I'm leaving.
Yeah, look at this. Well, Hotshot
is AFK in base.
Hotshot is tanky, 3,000 health with only aggressive items. That's the power of Jax right there. Jax's passive, of course, giving extra health for AP and for damage. And there is an inhib down again, and now they can take any fight anywhere on the map.
Oh dear,
Like,
oh dear.
Bam.
Hotshot's jumping straight in. Instead, he's going to tank the turret. Caitlyn will finish him off. No! Didn't actually get blocked, just didn't have the damage to take him down. Hotshot's going to finish off the tower. And well, you can see that actually Sols is being pinned off there. Linak was trying to draw him back. Wow, did you see that single shot from Big Fat GG there? Trying to wing clip on towards Titus there. Titus is being jumped on there. Hotshot GG's in all sorts of trouble, but he's just causing himself problems. Oh, and a random ulti there. He's got the res on him. That's why he's going to try and go in, try and do the damage. He does trigger the ulti. It's not going to be enough. Coming around the side, you can see the elements taking very low. Hotshot taking very low. The ulti has come from Kuja there, and still they're not going to pick up a single kill. Linak is there. Titus is in all sorts of trouble. St. Vicious is going to die on him. And wow! They just come straight back. The top teams know when they can win and when they can back out, and they just baited them out to pull them away from the towers, and then just turn around and say thanks. We'll now take the rest of your base. Inhibitors down. St. Vicious continues to push the bottom. Daniel, we're going to have the first win here for CLG. It is a best of 3, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. But what have you seen? What are your thoughts here? What are your thoughts on the second maps? Could Millenium pull themselves together and have a good discussion? Millenium, they're going to want a little break.
Millennium just need to pick some damage. They need to have some damage in fights next time around. And wow, Hotshot does so much damage right now. Yeah, that just, even though they didn't have a tank, they couldn't be killed because they just always found the squishies like Soas, like Kog'Maw. And yep, I believe it's now GG here. CLG wins the first game.